Good evening, please.
Hi, I'm calling from the U.S. I'm currently in a call with my friend. He had a seizure and he's not responding anymore.
I think it's safe to say that the last year or two has been, well, a little frustrating. And with trolling, cheating, toxicity at an all-time high in the gaming realm, I thought, why not start off the year with a little story that showcases the complete opposite and try to breathe a little bit of positivity back into the space that I love and hold dearly. So with that, let's get into it. The date is January 2nd, 2020, and 17-year-old Aiden Jackson, who lives just outside of Liverpool, England, was doing what most kids do best: playing video games. He was in his second-story bedroom while voice chatting and playing with a friend he met through the online community, 20-year-old Dia Lathora from Texas. They were enjoying their usual game of Fortnite when Aiden decided to get up from his computer and lay on his bed, stating that he was feeling a little funny. But rather than end his call with Dia, he instead turned his mic towards the bed so he could continue to talk to her. And that decision just might have saved his life. Unbeknownst to Aiden, he started to have a seizure shortly after laying down, and to Dia's horror, she listened to it all unfolding from 5,000 miles away. But 5,000 miles didn't make her powerless to help, and she quickly jumped on the internet to find Aiden's local emergency number. This wasn't easy, as she couldn't connect to emergency services from Texas to the UK. Dia had to scramble, all the while listening to her friend gasp and convulse, until finally she found a non-emergency number for his area, which then transferred her to his local emergency.
Good evening, please.
Hi, I'm calling from the U.S. I'm currently in a call with my friend. He had a seizure and he's not responding anymore. I do have his address and he lives in Wednesday, Cheshire. Sorry, I'm shaking.
This took 40 minutes. 40 minutes of hearing his struggle turn to silence, all the while trying to keep a level head to make sure her friend got help. Meanwhile, Aiden's parents were downstairs completely unaware of the nightmare occurring right above their heads. That is, until the police arrived. Aiden's mom, Caroline Jackson, was taken back at first, thinking that the police had the wrong house, but once they mentioned someone having a possible seizure, her thoughts went to her son, as Aiden has had a seizure before, and she rushed upstairs to his room with paramedics closely behind. Back in Texas, Dia anxiously listened as the silence was finally broken from his mother entering the room with emergency services, where Aiden was then rushed to the nearest hospital. Her anguish wasn't over, however, as she then had to wait, praying to hear if her friend was all right. Then finally, a message. It was Aiden. He managed to get a hold of his mom's iPad while in the hospital and messaged Dia, letting her know that he was okay and thanking her profusely. Dia, lastly, could breathe a sigh of relief. Aiden has since been diagnosed with epilepsy and is now on medication to help. And with all the negativity usually surrounding video games and the crappy trolls we come across, I thought this was such an amazing story to highlight that it's not all toxic. That you can make amazing friendships that not only can last a lifetime, but can also save your life.
I think it's fair to say that video games did really save my life.